Well, good morning. Jim here from the swing. Just looking forward to having a few minutes with you. The 23rd Psalm, here we are again, but I'm using this to illustrate and show you that it works, and that how he works in your life, and how how that each of the scriptures, there's a testimony that I want to share with you that makes it come alive, you might say. Well, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I told you about my mom and how that just one little thing in her life that God met her need. Well, I remember in my life, now some of you may not know me as what my past and history has been, but I've been singing now for many years, and at the early part I'd making albums and working hard to sing and preach in all the different churches that the Lord would open the doors. And so for years I would travel back and forth. I'd go to New York, and I'd travel in New York, and I'd make tours up through St. Louis and up through Indianapolis, Indiana, and into Ohio, and up in the northern part of New York, and then down to Long Island, and then come back that same way. And so I do these tours, and I'd go out west, and I'd do a new album, and I'd get in my car and my whatever God had provided for me to travel in, and I'd take out west, and I'd go to Oklahoma City and Texas, and I'd go to New Mexico and Los Angeles, and then up Bakersfield, and then on up into San Francisco, and then on into Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Denver, Colorado. I had my life was full. Well, I'd come home, and I'd be very busy with different responsibilities, and but I'll never forget one day. I was out visiting my sister, and I was kind of tired, and I'd just come in off a trip, and I'd gone out to visit for a few minutes, and I came back, and I had to admit I was just a little weary. You know how you get weary in well doing? I was doing well, but I was getting weary in it. But you won't believe this. I reached down. I told Gail. I said, "Oh, you got a weed." And I reached down and I grabbed that weed. It wasn't a weed. It was a rooted plant. And when I did, I pulled on it. And when I pulled on it, my lower back went out. I couldn't believe what I just felt. I made it to my car, and I made it home. I laid down, and I was down for the count. Couldn't move my legs. I hurt so bad, and I thought to myself, what have I done? Well, it got to the point where I had to go to the hospital. Can you believe picking out just a weed? It was a plant, it was rooted. I wasn't ready for it, and I was in the hospital. They had traction on my feet, and I'm laying in the hospital just like this, and I had the most beautiful hospital bed room. I could see out this, it just had a beautiful view. Somebody came to me and said, "Oh, Jim, what has God got you in here for? What if you're supposed to be maybe minister to the doctor or to a nurse or something?" I said, "I don't know." But I kept listening. I had tapes. I listened to music. I listened to teachers. I rested. He had laid me down, made me to lie down in green pastures. It was quiet. Not a lot of people came because it was just me and Jesus. And he, in that hospital room, as they were doing the traction, pulling that back out a little bit, the Lord refreshed me. I'll never forget when one person said, "Now, have you found out yet why God put you in the hospital?" I said, "Yes. He put me here for me." And it says, He let me rest. He restored my mind, emotion, and my will. And he refreshed my body. Some things you don't understand while you go through them unless you see that, maybe the Lord allows you to rest. I was thinking, maybe he wants America to rest. I don't know. He doesn't cause these things, but he can use them if we allow him. He doesn't cause the fact that we're home sequestered, but he can use this time to lay us down and make us focus on him, communicate with him, be refreshed and restored in our faith. I hope that says something to you. It helped me. Let's pray. Father, thank you. Hearing and answering prayer, taking us places we need to be. so we can hear your heart and be refreshed. In Christ's name I pray.